Hello Aries, and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie, and this is going to be your weekly reading for whenever you see this video. From now on, all my weeklies will be timeless, so whenever you see it is when it's right for you. Just a few quick disclaimers. This is a general reading and cannot possibly resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate, leave what does not, and if none of it resonates, that's okay. This one might not be for you. You can check out one of the videos for one of your other signs or major placements, or you can go check out some of the many beautiful, talented readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, lawyer, physician, counselor, therapist, tax expert, etc. I am just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and anything that I say resembling advice is based solely on my own opinions, my own knowledge and experiences, my interpretations of the cards, and any little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively throughout this reading. If this does end up resonating, if you do end up enjoying it, please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload videos in the future. And if you have any suggestions for types of readings that you'd like to see, themed readings, pick a cards, etc. Sorry about that, if you can hear that. If you have any ideas for videos you'd like to see, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to see your ideas and implement your suggestions in future videos. So, with all that out of the way, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Starting out this week with 2 archetype cards, because I like to shake it up. And this week, Aries, you guys got, I'm bumping into things. So first we've got the Exorcist. My lord, what do you have going on? Alright, it says light attribute, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. Okay, this isn't anything that's too crazy. It sounds really dramatic, but this is something that pretty much all people experience at one point or another. We all have things that we deal with that are less than attractive, less than positive, but it's all about finding a way to process, deal, and release. Okay, the next card that came out was the Village. Okay, this is from the Wild Unknown Archetype Deck. So this has to do with your community, the people that you surround yourself with. When the Exorcist and the Village come out together, it kind of makes me want to ask, who are you surrounding yourself with? Okay? What kind of crowd are you keeping? Are they good for you? Are you surrounding yourself with people where it's a situation where you're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like feeding each other's bad habits, or enabling, that's the word I'm looking for. Are you surrounding yourself with people who enable you? Do you enable others to continue with their own bad behaviors, etc.? We could also take this very literally, that there could be some kind of like spiritual cleansing needed in your personal space, in your community, in your home. But let's get a couple more cards out on the table before I fully commit to that. Okay, I'm going to draw a card from the First Light Tarot, and I will say that this deck is a little dramatic at times, but it's a nice deck. It's beautiful. It's major arcana cards, and then some oh, I dropped it. We have Temperance, Balance, Miracles, Combinations, Environments. Okay, so this does kind of confirm what I was saying just a minute ago about asking yourself, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you keeping a healthy crowd? Okay, are you keeping an environment that is healthy for you, that enables your growth? Are you surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you at this time? Especially if you're someone who may be in a vulnerable position where you are in some kind of healing process, in a recovery process. It's very important to keep yourself in an environment that stimulates healthy growth and does not call you back to unhealthy behaviors, bad habits that could continue to harm you. Or, it could be something as simple as you being around people who keep you down, who keep an environment of negativity, bad vibes, people who don't appreciate you or recognize or acknowledge your worth, that keep you in a negative mind space. Okay? It's all about, to me right now, with the cards that go on the table, this is all about you maintaining a positive, healthy environment for yourself to flourish, to grow. So now I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Memento Mori deck, and this is going to give us a little bit more insight into the situation that you might be dealing with this week. It might be specific, maybe not so much. It depends on the cards that come out, honestly. But again, this is general reading, cannot apply to everyone, but sometimes there's a little bit that comes out for each individual. So maybe the village card applies to you in the sense that there's something going on in your community that is affecting your life directly, but you don't need the exorcist side of that equation, if that makes sense. So first we have the urn, okay? In this deck, this is about memorializing, remembrance, paying respects. Okay, so there may be somebody important that in your community that has been lost recently or in the past that has created some upheaval, that has created a lot of sadness, maybe well, you know what, I'm going to pull another card before I say what I was going to say. Let's see. We have the rope. The rope can bind you, but it can keep you tied to the ground, right? So positive and negative side to every card. So this could be, because this is coming out with the exorcist and the village, the rope really could be something that binds you, that keeps you from moving forward, something that holds you back, something in your environment that holds you back. Excuse me. All right, so what was I saying? The rope binding, something in your immediate environment that is holding you back, keeping you from moving forward. And because we have the Temperance card here, this is all about maintaining balance in your life as well. Okay, not giving too much energy, time to any bad habits or anything that doesn't serve you in your life, anything that doesn't help you. Of course, life is also about serving others. So I'm not saying not to give your time to other people, but don't invest energy in anything that actively harms you, okay? Or that does not have the best intention behind it. And I'm saying that because of that Exorcist card. So we have the bear. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. So every time I see the bear, I think mama bear. But the bear is, it's a powerful creature. It's very protective. There's also an element of cycles in terms of the bear. The bear hibernates. The bear lives, cars are going by, in cycles. But here, I think that the empowerment angle is really more at play, and considering the cards around it, right? Because it's all about taking back your own personal power over your own life from whoever or whatever is having a bad influence at this time, to release yourself from whatever is binding you. I almost wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Devil card or some Swords cards came out when I get the tarot cards out, because I get with the urn, first of all, that some of you guys have it on your heart to honor somebody's memory, okay? By doing better for yourself, bettering your own life, getting out of a bad situation, or just getting out of an unhealthy environment, taking power over your own life to release yourself from a bad habit or a bad crowd, or, you know, a negative or unhealthy family life even. There's definitely this element of removing negativity from your life with that Exorcist card, and then replacing it with stability, a strong foundation, balance with that Temperance card. So I'm going to pull one more card from the Memento Mori deck, and then we'll move on to the tarot cards. Okay, we have the Mort Bell. This to me is a wake-up call. The bell rings to bring your attention to something that needs to be addressed, something that needs to change. It can signify a huge change occurring in your life as well. Having the urn and the Mort Bell, I will just say that this deck is specifically one that centers around the concept of death. I thought I'd use it because it's like getting close to Halloween, and also it's a beautiful deck. But within this deck, the urn and the Mort Bell actually are more related to the idea of death or change, in the sense that the urn is all about appreciating who you were before a major change in your life, appreciating all of the challenges and adversities that you experienced to get to where you are, you know, still embracing that rebirth process, but not looking on the past with regret, okay? And then the Mort bell on the other end of that is chiming, is to say that it's time. It is time to leave the past behind. It is time to move forward with a new life, a healthier life, a brighter life on a path that is more authentic, more true to who you are on the deepest level. And then between that, we've got the rope and the bear, right? Releasing yourself, taking power, standing in your power to release yourself from a lifestyle or an environment that just isn't good for you, period. It's just not good for you. So I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards now to get some more clarification for you guys. And I do take jumpers only most of the time. I really don't like to interject and try to force the cards to come out. So if you get tired of listening to me shuffle, you are more than welcome to skip ahead. But don't do it right now because I have a couple cards that just came out. First, we have the Hierophant. Okay, that teacher character coming out underneath the urn. I do pay attention to the placements of the cards, where they come out. So for some of you, this could be very literal. Somebody who was an elder to you or a teacher to you in your life may have passed recently, and so that could be why that's coming out after the urn, that you are honoring the memory of someone that you respected or somebody that you learned a lot from who may have passed recently, and reflecting on the lessons that you learned from them and actually applying them to your life. It's not uncommon that we have a hard time integrating the lessons and the information that we get from others until after they're gone, because their release from this life is kind of how I like to look at it. It makes a great impact on those of us around them, who then are left with nothing but, you know, the memory. And so you dwell on that memory, you think about it, and you start to realize things and put things together that maybe you didn't when that person was with you. So for some of you guys, I don't know if this is making any sense, but I think for some of you guys, if you have lost somebody close to you recently, or someone who was kind of like a mentor or a teacher for you, then it's possible that maybe some of the things that they taught you or some of the things they that they did or lived by might start to make more sense to you at this time as you reflect on their life and as you look forward on your own life without their active influence in your life. I do believe that they will be still influential from the other side. That's my personal opinion. But it's different. It's different when they're not right there next to you. It's different when you can't just pick up the phone and call them. It's different when you can't ask them questions anymore. And I understand that from experience very deeply. So that feels a little specific and might not apply to everybody. Let's see what else we've got here, okay? So the next card that came out was the Four of Coins. All about stable material foundations, saving money, or being conservative with money and resources. It can enter a negative aspect when it becomes hoarding or stinginess. But I think that for some, because it's coming out underneath that rope card, that some people are saving their money to elevate yourself out of a bad situation, or to get yourself out of an unhealthy environment, like I was saying earlier. So perhaps you've been stuck somewhere that's not good for you because you haven't been able to afford to get out. Maybe you literally need to move away, to go somewhere else, to get a new house, to live in a different neighborhood, to like leave the community that you're in for whatever reason. And so you're in this mode now of saving money to release yourself, to get out of that and to go somewhere new, start something fresh. Let's see what else we've got from the tarot. What else we've got to clarify the bear. All right, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. It did come out in reverse. Well, it landed on the floor in reverse. So I'm taking it that way. I see here somebody who feels like they've had a stroke of bad luck or things have not been going well in the recent past. It could be something more internal, like depression or mental hardship, emotional hardship, especially if you have experienced the loss of a loved one recently. But it could also have to do with just finances and relationships, etc. Just general hardship, feeling like the world or the universe has abandoned you, everything's going to shit, you feel like you're not in control. But what that tells me, because it's coming out underneath the bear, is that you're coming into a time where you are taking that control back, and that you have the power to dig yourself out of this hole, to get yourself out of this unlucky streak, if you will. Okay, that it's not outside of your control, basically. It may have been at one point. I do think that because this card is coming out at all, it does imply to me that, at least to a certain degree, there were certain things that happened that needed to happen to push you in this direction, to get you motivated to leave a bad situation. I think that some of these things had to happen to push you out, to push you in a healthier direction for yourself. And those things you could not have changed, you could not have controlled, because that's spirit taking an active approach towards guiding you in your life, basically. Forcing your hand a little bit there. But now spirit is stepping back, okay? You finally figured something out. You've had an epiphany or a realization. You know what you need to do. Whether or not you make that choice is totally up to you, but what that card is telling me is that spirit is stepping back, handing back the reins. You have the control and the power to get yourself in a better position now that you have gained the wisdom that you needed to make the right decision. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I'm starting to talk in circles. Now I'm just going to clarify the bell there. I really do think that bell is a wake-up call. Absolutely. Okay, we've got the Ten of Blades in reverse. So something has been over. Something has been dead. Something has been over. It has not been serving you. You're done with it, or you need to be done with it, but you're just not letting it go yet. Makes perfect sense coming out right next to that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which is the number 10 as well. So we've got 2 10s here. 2 10s. Let's see what else we've got number-wise. Y'all, I can't read Roman numerals. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, 10 of Swords in reverse tells me that you are clinging to something that is just, it's dead, it's rotting, it's done. Not only can it not serve you anymore, but it's actively hurting you, draining you, taking from you. And you can't continue forward on this path. It's a no-go. You're not going to gain anything. It cannot get better as is, if that makes sense. Like, you have to change direction. You have to make these big changes in your life to move towards something healthier, something better for you. And I really do think that for some of you guys, it's going to be about your crowd. It's going to be about the people who you allow to be around you that may be having a negative effect on you and your life. Whether it's through just their influence, okay? Or if you feel like for some reason they have some sort of control over your life. And I say that because of that bear card. But I think that it's just... I think it's just that you've got a lot of negativity going on around you, and it's being like created and pumped out by the people in your life that are going through their own shit. They're not like evil. They're not bad people, maybe, probably. Depends on your personal situation. But they are going through their own stuff. They are still a little earlier on in the process than you are. You're almost to like this point where you're leveling up, right? So it's time for you to consider your best interest, which is your health and your happiness, okay? And do what's best for you, because you can't help them anymore. If you're sticking around because you think that you can, or because you think that you're needed in this environment or community or in this group setting, I don't think there's anything more that you can offer, because if there are people around you who are stuck in that negativity, it's to the point where only they can make the changes that need to be made. And if you want to think about it this way, perhaps you can teach by example, right? By living your best life, by doing what's best for you, by taking that healthier path, by getting out of this bad situation, that perhaps the people that you care about who are still stuck in the negativity will see the changes that you're making and consider implementing those changes in their own lives. Okay, so that puts you in that leadership, that teacher position as well, going back to the Hierophant card. So now I want to pull a couple cards from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and this is a new deck that I just got, and I'm learning it, so I'm not pulling too many from it. It's very different, but it's beautiful. Let's see what other wisdom advice this deck may have for us, and then we'll pull some oracle cards, and then we'll call it a day. I don't want to keep you too long. Okay, so we have the Eight of Earth. And the Eight of Earth is all about mastery. Focusing on your skills, your talents, your work, whatever that may be for you. Really focusing on sharpening your skills. So for some, this could be going to school or just working really hard on building a skill set towards something that you can use to bring in income and make a secure and sturdy life for yourself. Focusing on your work, basically. But it's work that's meaningful to you. It's not just going and plugging away at McDonald's every day. I mean, if that's what you do, that's cool because everybody needs to make money. But when I see the Eight of Earth, I'm really thinking about somebody who's working really hard towards accomplishing a dream or a goal that they have that just holds a lot of meaning to them, something that they really want. I shouldn't have used the McDonald's example. Some people really like working there. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Water. The Ace of Water. So this can be seen as like a new relationship or a new beginning of some kind emotionally. I can see that being the case, just that you are feeling emotionally renewed. But I can also see the new relationship aspect because you are getting out of an unhealthy environment. You're getting away from people who, are still stuck in a lot of negativity. And then this allows room for people who are more on your level to enter your life. When you live that positive vibration or whatever you want to call it, when you just live in a brighter, lighter energy, then you attract that to you. So I think that through focusing on your work and making the effort, saving your money to get yourself out of a bad situation, liberating yourself, okay, and then getting out, basically, then I think that you may start meeting new people who are more aligned with where you are at on your path at this time, who have the best intentions in mind, who are just better for you to be around in general. And that's something, that you have to look forward to, new relationships. And it could be romantic. It could be something that has romantic potential if you're single. I don't necessarily see anything that's like screaming that, but it is a possibility. Okay. So then the last of these cards that I'm going to pull, we have the Eight of Water. So we got two eights here, which is really beautiful. The Eight of Water in this deck is all about happiness and fulfillment and satisfaction. And, this is just finding your happy place, right? Finding yourself, and then also finding emotional fulfillment and stability. This is you being able to breathe. This is you feeling balanced. This is you feeling good about your life, feeling good about the future, being happy to be in the moment, and being happy to work towards a brighter future. I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but this is all very positive. I mean, the future looks really bright for you guys. It takes a lot of hard work in the beginning. I definitely see that. But the universe is on your side, spirit's on your side. Everything that's happened up until this point has been to get you to where you can start working towards this better future, this happiness. And it's there, it's for you, it's waiting for you. And you're doing the right thing. If you're following this path, if you recognize that you're in a situation that you need to remove yourself from, and you are taking even just 1, 2, 3 baby steps to get out of it, then you're on the right path. You're doing good. Keep plugging away, because it is definitely going to be worth it for you in the end. It's definitely going to lead you to a brighter, happier place than where you may be at this point in time. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. Maybe just a couple from each deck. We'll see what they give us. So we have the Buffalo, Abundance, Earth. Okay? This really does tie into this Eight of Earth card here, that you do have a lot of abundance coming your way at this time. We also have the Bat, Transition, the Unknown. This can imply an element of fear just a little bit when you're going through major changes in your life. It's not negative though. It's just that we all fear what we don't know. But what you can take from this is that even if you don't know what's coming for you in your future, it's still better than what you're leaving behind in the past. And you should approach it with excitement and positivity and optimism, right? Again, live in that higher vibration. Living in a brighter, lighter energy is going to bring a brighter, lighter energy to you. Yeah, okay. And then we got Fertility and Renewal. Fertility, you can take that literally. I choose not to. It's just, to me, it's all about creative potential. That you're really in a time in your life where you have the ability to create whatever you want for yourself. You're in this phase of positive manifestation where you really can create anything right now. And you're in this transition period where you are building this better life for yourself. You have come to these major realizations about where you're at, where you need to be, what's bad for you, what would make your life better, and then implementing those changes. This is that death and rebirth process I was talking about in the beginning. That's the renewal. And when you are in the beginning stages of a renewal, there are so many possibilities, so many opportunities available to you. It's all about making the choice that is most aligned with you, and you figure out what that choice is based on your gut, your intuition. So let's see what the Terra Oracle has for us. These are animal cards, and the way that I look at these cards is each animal has a characteristic, and that is the meaning of the card, and these are either characteristics that we need to acknowledge or be aware of within ourselves, possibly something we need to change, or it can be a characteristic of our animal friends that we can implement in our own lives to make our path a little bit better, a little bit easier. I do really see this as advice from Spirit. Okay, so we have the Gazelle Momentum. Things are picking up, things are moving quickly for you guys, and that makes a lot of sense, especially in this transitional period. Hold on to your butts, because once you start, putting in the effort, the energy, the hard work, it's going to take off. I think also there is a warning to that as well, though, that to make sure that you are making the decisions that are, again, aligned with your greatest good, aligned with, your purpose, your path, whatever has meaning for you, because the seeds you plant will grow if you water them. I said that wrong. Anyway, whatever you invest in now is going to take off running. And you want to make sure that it's running in the direction that is best for you, which requires a lot of thought and reflection, but also, again, listening to your intuition and doing what you feel deep down inside of you is best for you, best for your future. Let's see what else we've got. The Caterpillar, Anticipation, the idea that there is so much for you to look forward to. Also backing up this idea of this renewal, transition, metamorphosis, whatever you want to look at it as, that you have a really bright future ahead of you. And it's not in the distance where you can kind of see its shadow. I mean, it's right there. You can almost taste it. You just got to keep your eyes on the prize. You have to stay focused on getting out, getting away towards something better. Focusing on your work, not straying, and also not allowing any outside influences like any other people to convince you off of your path as well. Because when I see the Exorcist in the Village card, it does make me think that there may be some people in your life that, while they may not be bad people, they may not understand the changes that you're making, and they may not necessarily support it. And they might even try to convince you not to make these changes. But if you know deep within yourself that this is what you need, then there is a way to respectfully tell them that, you know, you need to do what you need to do. Or you can just tell them to fuck off. Whatever, how your style is. But outside influences, I think, need to just not be considered as much right now. That came out really weird. Follow your own path. Take that power over your own life. We have the cicadas rhythm. This is telling me that you're going to get in a rhythm. You're going to get in a flow in your new life. To me, rhythm is all about, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word, and I just had it, and I went to go speak it, and then it was gone. Rhythm. Routine. That's the word I was thinking of. You're going to get a new routine. It's going to be something that's really good for you. And it's going to become natural because it's the right path for you. It's what you needed all along. So, very positive. It's getting a new routine in place, living a better, healthier lifestyle. And then we have the Fennec Fox. Cunning. So, the fox to me is a strategist, somebody who is very careful, very sly when it comes to getting what they need and doing what they need to do. It can be seen as someone who may be a bit of a trickster, or somebody who may be a little bit sneaky or manipulative. But I think that this is just about you strategizing in order to get to your goal. Right? There may be some obstacles that you need to work around, or like I was saying earlier, when it comes to these people that may be in your life, for some of you, not for all of you, but if you do have someone who does not support you and may make an effort to stop you or hold you back, you know, to be a little sly when dealing with that individual so that you can get away and live your best life. Maybe you got to ghost somebody. It happens. You're not a bad person. You know, doing what you got to do to save yourself, to get yourself into a better, more healthier place. That is reasonable, that is acceptable, it's understandable, and it's what's right for you, ultimately. So, I think I'll pull 2 more cards. These are the Illuminated Earth Oracle and the Faceted Garden. They're both by the same artist. I will be linking the cards that I use in the description if you're interested. This is just any last bits of advice from Spirit for you guys. Alright, I had 2 cards pop out right away. We've got Resilience and Patience. Hard work, and it's gonna take time, which is something I've really kind of already said. This isn't gonna be something that's gonna come easy, and it's not gonna come quick, but things are gonna pick up momentum once you get in the habit, once you get in your new routine. So just be patient, have faith in the process, that you are working towards something better, and that you are gonna get there sooner rather than later, as long as you continue to put in the hard work and you don't lose sight of your vision, of your goal. Okay, I'm gonna pick one from, or however many it gives me, I guess, from the Faceted Garden. Cultivation. Kind of what I was talking about earlier. The seeds you plant will grow. Right now, you're in the planting stage. You are tilling the garden, you're planting your seeds, you're watering things, you are tending to your life right now. And that includes self-care. That includes reflection and making plans and taking the first steps towards your bigger goal. But this cultivation card also gives me the sense that you are in total control right now. That whatever you want to build, you will build. Whatever you want to create, you can create. There's also an element here too, again, of the environment. Okay, being in the appropriate environment to cultivate the life that you want to cultivate. Environment is a big sticking point in this reading for you guys. okay? You really need to make sure that you're in a healthy environment, that you're not surrounding yourself with people or in a place that has a negative influence on you in any way. Which is easier said than done. I do know that. But if we're just talking about what's going to be best for you, man, it's really just going to be making sure that you're in a healthy, supportive environment. And being lonely in your environment is a lot better than being in an environment that has a negative influence on you or that drains you in some way. So even if it means removing yourself from your current environment and, you know, being kind of lonely at first, don't forget that that Ace of Water underneath there, somewhere, underneath the transition card, Spirit's going to bring better people into your life, or people who are more aligned with your path at this time. Spirit is not going to leave you alone or abandoned or feeling isolated, okay? When you start implementing these changes, you're going to attract people that are on your level, basically. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I guess I could think of a better way to say it, but we'd be here all night. So, we also have Morning Song. Waking up, hearing the birds sing, it's a brand new day. Okay, that's what this is about to me. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new opportunity. This is about that renewal and fertility. Okay, this is that song that you hear that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It foretells a future of abundance, of growth, of excitement, and freedom, really. That something good is coming to you. Oh my Lord. That child. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear that, she's getting a little excited in there. But that's okay, because I got to get off now anyway. That's what I've got for you guys, Aries. I hope that this was helpful for somebody. If you enjoyed this, if it did resonate, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, notification bell, etc. If you got ideas, things you want to see, link it in, or leave it in a comment. The cards will be linked in the description. You guys take care. Be good to yourselves, and I'll see y'all in the next one.